Imagine if your Apple Vision Pro fits into a transparent pair of glasses. That's basically what the Inmo Air 3 is. A completely standalone product. You don't need your phone. You can have triple screens. You can game on it. You can navigate basically with hand tracking through the use of this ring. It has 1080p full color dual lens displays, 1080p camera, and a feature that you've probably never seen featured in any videos about this product ever. We're gonna go over all of that in this video. But first, this video took so much work, so much editing, and I've barely been sleeping this week. So if you appreciate that, all I ask is that you subscribe so we can potentially hit our goal of 50K by the end of the year. I know it's an insane goal, but there's a big prize waiting for all of you when we get there, if we can get there by that time. So make sure you smash that subscribe button so hard. In this box are some crazy futuristic gadgets that just come with the Inmo Air 3. When you unbox the Inmo Air 3, you actually get a lot of really cool things. Let me show you. This is the Ring 3. This is how you're gonna do most of the really cool controls with the glasses, with the little touchpad and buttons it has on it. This is fully adjustable, so once you put it on, you just squeeze it tight and then it fits to your finger. Next, we have the actual glasses themselves. They come in this really cool square case. Inmo actually did this before Meta did, but once you take the glasses out, you can actually fold this case flat as well. But let's pull the glasses out here. A little bulky, but super, super cool. And we have a cleaning cloth as well. Show you how the case folds down. Pretty cool there. So let's take a look at these actual glasses. See the style of them here. So right away, you see completely clear lenses with 1080p dual lens displays, super cool. The back of the arms are a little thicker so that the battery life lasts a really long time, which is great. And there's nose pads on them as well and a centered camera. Next, in this little cardboard case thing, we have a really cool accessory, and that is the sunshades. These clip onto the front and make it so if you're outside, you get even more brightness on the screen. Or if you just want to look, you know, like you're wearing sunglasses instead of normal glasses. You can still see the background, obviously not just the screen, but it does give a cool look to it. Next, we have the charging cord. This is for the glasses themselves. I should mention the Inmo Air 3's charge via USB-C. Next, we have the charging cord for the Ring 3, which is a little magnetized charger. And finally, we have a remote. So you can actually use this to control the glasses as well, but the Ring gives you way more functionality. But now let's talk about how to actually control this thing. Okay, so pay attention to what happens next, because the controls for this are pretty dang close to hand tracking. So you're gonna slide the ring on, and then you're just gonna squeeze it in order to tighten it to your finger. Then you're gonna wanna rotate the ring towards you so you can reach the touchpad with your thumb. Now on this side is the power button, so make sure that's on, obviously untethered. When you first get this, it'll probably be easier to use the remote, but once you learn to use the ring, it is very powerful. So if you tap and hold on this bottom button right here, it will reset the cursor to the middle position. That should be your neutral hand position. Now when you angle your hand to the right or angle your hand to the left, you can basically navigate across the entire screen just from this little movement. It really is absolutely crazy. So now there's a few things you can do here. So let me show you. I'll open up the browser. If you touch and hold on this pad right here and then you go up or down, that will scroll you up or down. So it's a bit like touching whatever screen it is. Obviously, if you just start scrolling, let go, it will scroll really fast just like that. Or you can do little mini scrolls as well. Now, whenever you tap on the touchpad, it obviously will select something. So if I select manage right here, it will open that window. And the Inmo Air 3 is connecting all of this to Wi-Fi. So you set it up with your Wi-Fi or with your mobile hotspot, whatever. It doesn't have to be tethered to your phone. It is an independent device. So the internet will only work, obviously, if you're connected to Wi-Fi or some form of internet. So what other controls are on here? Well, this button right in the middle here, if you press it, it will go back. I press it again, and it exits the entire thing. But in general, this is just a back button. It will go back one step. Let's open up the gallery here to see some more controls. If I select one of these, I can swipe left and right very, very easily. Let me go back to the home screen again. So if I go to a camera here and I tap on the zoom, I can grab and then just drag this back and forth to zoom in and out really easily. And do the same thing with the exposure compensation. So dragging controls are really easy. Zooming, swiping side to side, selecting things, going back. Everything is very easy, and the cursor moves with your hand all around the screen with just a very subtle movements left and right. You can go across the entire screen Very easy to control once you know how to actually use this ring. Next best thing to actual hand tracking. This is really nice. You definitely want to use this rather than the remote. Remember, you need to rotate it to the sides so you can do it with one hand, because if it's rotated like this, you can't really reach the touchpad with your thumb, and then you'll have to use two hands. So one of the really prevalent features in the ad is you see people using these glasses out and about outside bright daylight. Can you actually do that? Is 600 nits of brightness enough for dual display? Well, let's try it out. So I'm gonna turn it on right now. Let me know if you see the displays here, that'd be interesting. Okay, now I am at the home screen and I can see the apps decently clearly. Open up internet. And the nice thing about like web browsers, right, they're usually white backgrounds, so it makes them even more visible. So I have a YouTube video up full screen it. Yeah, it's pretty visible. I mean, the screen, it's a little bit bigger than from one end of this swing to the other. So like maybe a little farther over there. And it looks like it's about as far as the swing is away. So pretty big screen for glasses that are fully transparent in the front. That being said, I can still see through the screen, like I can see the camera through the screen itself. As far as like position of the screen, if I stand straight up and look straight forward, then the screen is by default above that camera right there. The screen is like in the upper sort of third, basically from here to all the way up here and then to the sides here. That being said, the display is really big. It can be distracting if you're outside and watching a YouTube video in front of someone's face. So just keep that in mind. If you want it to be in the middle, just look down like an inch, like you see me doing right there. And now it is all fully centered right in the middle of my field of view. And honestly, it's really comfortable if you're gonna walk around and still not run into things. This is what you want. You don't want really good screen visibility and not seeing anything else. You wanna be able to see both. So I like that it's a little bit transparent. But for those moments where you want it to be really dark around the screen, you just put on these. Came with the Inmo Air 3s when I got them. And now it is quite a bit darker, much more immersive of an experience. Wow, that looks really cool actually. And the quality of the screen is amazing. It's 1080p full color, big enough of a field of view to feel like you're watching like an enormous flat screen TV, 8 feet across or something. But it's not so big that you can't go around doing anything because your entire vision is blocked. So really nice screen size. The sound quality when watching this video is really good. However, there is a good amount of bleed. If you turn the volume all the way up, people can definitely hear from the side, just like these Inmo Air 3s Pros. I would say 600 nits of brightness for both screens for most applications is more than enough. And I even did this the other day while capturing video, and I had no problem seeing the screen whatsoever. And if you think it's too bright, you can always turn it down. But using these outdoors obviously isn't the main feature. One of the most exciting features you've probably seen in the ad and anyone talking about these glasses is the fact that you can have triple screens set up built into the glasses themselves. You don't have to have a laptop or a phone plugged in. You can just have triple screens, maybe like your web browser, your photo gallery, and even a literal video game loaded up, all 3 screens, and it's pretty cool. Let's see how that works and if it works well. But first, let's take a behind the scenes look at the camera of the Inmo Air 3s because it's pretty crazy. So to activate this, click on the camera app here, and then you have a couple options of different settings you can change. First, you have zoom. You can do up to 8 times zoom, which is honestly crazy. It is mostly digital, so don't expect the quality to be great. Then you have the exposure compensation all the way up to +2 and all the way down to -2. Changing around the zoom in different settings is also really easy. Since you have a slider, you can just touch your finger down and drag back and forth. Really, really easy to adjust. Next, we have the aspect ratio. This is pretty crazy. You have 16:9, 1:1, 3:4, and 9:16. So you can shoot in vertical, horizontal, or even a square if you still do those old Instagram posts. Next, we have the advanced settings, and this is where it gets even crazier. You can change the image format to lossless PNG. You can change the video codec to H.265, really cool. And the bitrate goes all the way up to 8 megabits per second. Not as crazy as a real camera, but it's passable. And then finally, we have grid lines down at the bottom here. So this will show a grid on the back of your frame so you can line up different elements in the shot. So this is with the grid off, and this is with the grid on. Really, really cool settings here. Obviously, you can change it from photo to video, and you can click on the gallery over here. Very, very exciting stuff. Now that we know the camera settings, let's take a look at the video quality. First things first, it's really easy to frame what you're shooting because you do see that entire screen in front of you. If you're shooting in 16:9 horizontal in particular, it is going to block your view a little bit if you're doing something like driving. Now the video quality itself is 1080p 30 FPS. This video right here is shot in 3x4 vertical on a really sunny day. This is the way you're going to capture most of the sensor. It looks all right. The sharpness isn't amazing and the highlights are a little bit blown out, but it is a really wide field of view, which is nice. This is an iPhone 16 compared to the Inmo Air 3. You can see it's a good amount wider. You can see a lot higher and lower in the frame, and the ghosts in the background look a lot smaller because it is a wider field of view. You can also see the quality differences between an iPhone and the Inmo Air 3 as well. And the stabilization does not seem to be too bad. Honestly, it looks pretty decent. The sound quality is okay for the microphones, and I was even able to do a backflip with these glasses on without them falling off. But if you have a smaller head, they might not fit the best. Now, when it is low light like this, the shutter speed is going to be slower, which is why it looks like there's a decent amount of motion blur when I move my head really fast. But overall, it's handling the low light not too badly. But let's do 2x zoom right here, then 4x, and then finally 8x is where you really start to see the details kind of fall apart, gets really noisy. And again, this is in pretty low light, but this is how the camera performs on the Inmo Air 3s, at least the original Chinese version. If at any point in this video you're thinking about actually ordering these Inmo Air 3s, they are 18% off right now, and I'm going to show you exactly how to order them because I've gotten tons of questions in previous videos about how to actually order things on Kickstarter. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is the video you're watching right now. You're going to scroll down in the description at the very top. This will be on computer or in the description box on your TV, on your mobile device, whatever it is. It's going to be the first link in the description right here next to where it says Inmo Air 3. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to be taken to their Kickstarter. You'll see how much they've raised, almost 500,000 right now. And you're gonna see this back this project. Click on back this project. Here you're gonna see 3 different tiers: rewards, add-ons, and payment. And if we scroll down to available rewards, this is what you can actually order. So you have the super early bird, 18% off, $8.99 US dollars, saving you $200. So when this launches, it's actually going to be $1,100. But if you get it now during this Kickstarter phase, you will get that $200 off. You'll get a 2-year warranty, free shipping, and taxes included. And it says the estimated delivery is December 2025. So you get that as well. So if you were getting this, you would press this pledge button. It says like Hong Kong dollars, 6995. That's just the conversion ratio. And it says about 901 bucks there. So this is what you click on if you're ordering this one. If you wanted a prescription, it's really important that you go and click on the second one because this will save you money on the prescription. If you buy the prescription individually from their website, it's going to cost you more money. So make sure if you need a prescription, you order it through the Kickstarter here. It'll save you a lot as opposed to just buying the glasses and the prescription separately. Finally, there's a third option that just lets you order 2 of them, and it's 19% off, just a little bit more than the 18% off. This does not come with the prescription, so keep that in mind. So those are the 3 options you have. Most people are going to select either this first one or the second one. Now, before we actually click on any of these, you'll see frequently asked questions right here. How do I pledge? When is my card charged? This is actually super important. A lot of people think that when you pledge, it's immediately charging the $8.99 to your credit card right away. It actually isn't doing that. It doesn't do this unless the project is successfully funded, and you can back out at any point before this date. So for this, December 8th, 2025. So anytime before December 8th, you can cancel your backing, and it's not actually going to charge you anything before December 8th at 6:45 a.m. So you can press this pledge button, lock in your spot for the $200 off, and say on like December 1st, you decide, I don't really want these anymore. You can come in here and cancel your pledge and you will never be charged any money. It's not like they have to refund you because they haven't even charged you yet. It also mentions if the project is successfully funded, that just means that the target goal is met, of which they've already achieved this. You'll see their target goal is pretty low. A lot of these companies, like Inmo is a really big company. They're just trying to market this product, be able to talk to their actual backers through the updates and comments section. They're just trying to raise hype for it. So that's why their goal is so low. They don't actually care about raising a lot of money. They're just trying to get people excited about the glasses and pre-ordering them, since technically these are already out in the Chinese version. This is the new official upgraded international version that you'd be backing. So the project is already fully funded, so you don't have to worry about it not being funded or anything. And you also have all of these other FAQs in here. Like I said, you can change or cancel your pledge anytime before December 8th at 6:45 a.m. So say you got this one and you realize later you wanted a prescription, you can go in and change it to this one, no problem. Okay, so now let's actually pre-order this or show you how. All you do is click on this button right here, pledge, next to the option that you want. You can add the prescription lenses, $139 if you get them through here. If you buy them individually on their website separately from the glasses, it's $159. So this definitely saves you money getting it through here. And then you're just gonna click on continue to payment after this. And then you're just gonna type in your password, sign in, enter your card info, whatever you wanna use, debit, credit. And that is all you have to do to pre-order the glasses. You will not be charged until December 8th if you were to pre-order the Inmo Air 3s. So that is how you do it. If later in the video you decide you wanna do this, click on the link in the description, go back to this part of the video and you can see exactly how to do it. Because like I said, I've gotten so many questions about how to do this. So that's why I'm showing you exactly how. So there's no more doubt about how to actually order things through Kickstarter. Now let's get into a really, really cool feature, which is gonna be triple screens. You're just gonna go over here to all apps, tap on that, and then I'm gonna make sure I'm the main tab here, and we're gonna tap on Space Multi. That's gonna load for a second, clean up some background space, and now we have some different apps to choose from, and we can open up more apps here if we want to. I'm gonna select X browser, and as you can see, I have YouTube loaded up here, the YouTube homepage. Now, if I look to the right, there'll be a little plus icon. If I look to the left of it, there's another plus icon. So let's go to the right, tap on that, and we're gonna open up Ice Raven, which is just another browser. These are gonna have a lot more familiar names to you. In the international version, it'll be like American web browsers instead. It'll make a lot more sense. Open that on up, and now to the right, we have stocks and news. You see here, it is a vertical format, so we can have vertical and horizontal. If I tap on this little switching icon, it alternates the positions. Now, as far as like being able to place these, you can't do something like on the Apple Vision Pro where you can put one of the screens above you, one of the screens on the floor. These triple screens are gonna be like a monitor setup. They're gonna be right next to each other, and you can just change the orientation of them. Let's get a third screen going here, over here. Press this little plus icon, and we are going to open up the camera. And yes, you can have the camera running at the same time as these other applications, which is pretty crazy. You see, I can also scroll pretty easily. Let's select this video, and then let's switch these two around. Now, depending on which app it is, it's gonna load in a different format. So the web one here, it is in this horizontal mode. You see, I can also open up new tabs. With this little one button down here, I can press it. This incognito mode, I can even open just another tab and have sort of a blank tab here. Then I have the news one, and I've moved my camera to the right side now. As you can see, it's still big and horizontal. Now, if you're playing like videos and all these, it'll probably get a little bit laggy, but for the most part, it runs pretty smoothly. And if you ever find yourself losing where the cursor is, since this is a bigger 3D space, you can just tap and hold that button I showed earlier in the video, the bottom button, and the cursor will reset. It is just a 36-degree wide field of view. Like, I don't see screens over here or over here, but I can still see them in the main part of my frontal vision. It's a 660 milliamp battery, so up to 7 hours of charge, 3 hours of music listening, 1.5 hours of video watching, and 1 full hour of video shooting. It charges to 59% in just 30 minutes, and it charges all the way 100% in 1 hour. Now, obviously, this is a way bigger battery than the Ray-Ban Metas or Roku glasses, and that is achieved with these little arm things here in the back. But does it actually perform this way in the field? Like I said, I've been testing these for a week now. And the answer is yes, and in my opinion, it somehow performs even better. I mean, I don't wear these 24/7, but I don't charge them that much, maybe once every day and a half. And that's through lots of testing, mainly through web browsing, watching YouTube videos. The battery seems to last a really long time. In your general daily use, I don't think you would run the battery out. I mean, I even went out and filmed. It says it lasts an hour of video shooting. I was shooting intermittently, 7-minute video, a 3-minute video, 2-minute video, random lengths for like an hour and a half, and it was only around 40 or 50% at the end of that. So the battery life on these things is actually really nice. Now let's talk about the crazy feature that many of you probably don't even know about. So at the end of the trailer, it shows an icon for a controller and for a keyboard or PC. Basically, with the new international version of these glasses, you'll be able to remote play from your console or from your PC, so you don't even need wires, and you can play those games with this really cool screen and a wireless controller. This is the old version, so how do I do it with these? Well, if you look at this Reddit post, you see they have a Chinese version of sort of this cloud gaming that you can do, but I figured out a way to do it in even this old pair of glasses, so check this out. If I go over to all apps here, tap on that, and then tap on cast screen. Now I can mirror from my iPhone or my Android. So watch this. I scroll down from the top and tap on the cast screen and then tap on Inmo Air 3, which should already be there by default. Now I can actually see this screen on my Inmo Air 3s. I've already used this for things like having my Google Docs notes and layout for these videos and being able to see them while wearing the glasses straight from my phone, really useful. But now I take this Bluetooth controller and turn it on and it's already connected by default to my phone. You just go into your Bluetooth settings, connect to the controller, and now I can open up cloud gaming on my phone through the Xbox website, or I can open up any controller compatible apps from my phone and it will appear on these glasses. So I'm gonna open up Minecraft. And now the sound is coming through the glasses, transmitted from my phone. There's like no lag when I press any of these buttons. I'm gonna power off the Ring really quickly using this button, just like that. So the cursor isn't annoying me anymore. And now we're just gonna play some Minecraft on my Inmo Air 3s, just casted from my phone, connected to this controller. This is the old version. This is without all the remote play from your console or your PC or anything. And I can still do this. Now the screen, maybe 6 feet across, 4 feet up. So it looks pretty freaking cool. And I can't believe I'm standing here doing this with a pair of glasses with no wire whatsoever. Literally jaw-dropping. No one has talked about this that I know of. I mean, there's barely any videos about these glasses on the internet. But oh my gosh, I'm just playing Minecraft. And I can still see the background. Like the screen is very vibrant. I can't really see behind the screen at all. But everything else, like my real world environment, these glasses aren't shaded or anything. I can still see everything perfectly. This is so freaking cool. I can't even describe this to you guys. Hands down, one of my favorite features. Oh my goodness. I'm just chopping down this cherry blossom on my Inmo Air 3s and it looks incredible. And it looks just as good as it looks on any screen glasses I've ever used. The only difference is like 6 or 7 feet wide rather than like 9 if you use really expensive screen glasses. That's really the only difference. The quality looks just as good and the audio is great as well. Look at that village over there. This is just so cool. I can't even talk more about this. It's just really, really freaking cool. And being able to do all that cloud gaming stuff and the remote play from console or PC, gonna bring this to a whole nother level. You could lay in bed and just play this on the roof, play this in any position. Like I can just walk around and play Minecraft and it's always in front of me. Like what? No wires? What? As far as prescription, Inmo Air 3 does support these. These clip onto the inside of the lenses just like this. They have blue light protection, advanced eye care, and you can see some of the other stats right here. As far as what diopters they support, it goes from -12 diopters to 0, basically meaning it supports nearsightedness up to -12 diopters, but not farsightedness. It also supports up to -4 diopters of astigmatism and up to 0, of course. And we have right axis between 0 and 180 if you happen to know what that means. Same thing with the left eye. So this is the kind of thing you're looking at when it comes to prescription support for the Inmo Air 3s. After testing out these glasses for more than a week straight, what are my actual thoughts about these? The pros and cons. Well, number one, I'm actually looking at my notes on my Google Docs casted from my phone, so I can see all the pros and cons through the glasses, and you can't even tell I'm looking at a screen. So that's pretty cool. So let me just continue reading from the glasses here as I tell you the pros and cons. Number one, it's untethered. It doesn't need your phone to function. Just if you want to use internet, you need to connect to some sort of Wi-Fi. That is really, really cool. Number two, it doesn't look as big on me as I thought. If you look at the clips throughout this video, which I'm flashing here, it looks not that bad. I thought these things would be enormous. And don't get me wrong, they look pretty big, but when they're actually on my head, they don't look that crazy big. Number three, when I record, there's no like LED light or anything. So even though the camera's right in the middle, it's not like flashing at everyone when I'm filming, which is quite nice. And the camera overall is just really great with all the different aspect ratios. Yes, it's not top of the line, best quality ever, but the amount of stuff you can do with it, the fact that you can frame it, the fact that it's discreet, there's no recording light or anything like that, that is really, really nice. And also no record limit. As far as I know, I've recorded for 7 minutes and 12 seconds for one of the videos, and no recording limit whatsoever. Number 3, the Ring, being able to essentially do hand tracking with really easy movements. Really, really, really cool. Not as amazing as the Vision Pro, but that's $3,500. And this is $899 right now, so pretty big price difference. So the fact that you can basically get hand tracking just by putting a ring on you and do so many different movements really easily is really, really cool. Number 4, the dual lens 1080p full color display. Really, really big for like watching movies and stuff. It's really, really awesome. Finally, I can game with no wires. Yes, in the final version, you'll be able to like remote play from your game console or from your PC, but even just casting from my phone, connecting my controller, and just having that giant screen playing Minecraft on this is so nice, mainly because there's no wires. These Inmo Air 3S Pros, which I'll put the link for this in the description as well, might as well. Even bigger screen, better color, and all of that stuff. But you have to connect it directly to your phone via a wire. You can't really walk around wearing these since you can't transparently see through the lenses since these are so shaded. So the fact that I can game hands-free, no wires or anything with an actual controller is honestly insane to me. That's pretty freaking crazy. What about the cons? Number 1, this is the older Chinese version, not the newer upgraded one they're releasing on Kickstarter. So the back left does get a little bit warm after extended use. It's never burned me or anything, but it does get noticeably warm. You can't really feel it most of the time since it's like behind my ear. If I take it off and grab it by this, then I can definitely feel the warmth. Number 2, video quality and the mic quality isn't the best thing in the world. You heard those videos. They're good enough, but it's not like incredible Dolby Atmos quality, tons and tons of bass or anything like that. Albeit the speakers are a lot better than the microphones, but these aren't mainly designed for recording everything. Yes, the camera is great. There's no record limit, no recording light, but it's not like you're walking around with a giant DSLR or anything. You can think of that what you will, but the field of view is wider than an iPhone vertically, so that is pretty nice. But enough of me yapping. What do you guys actually think? Again, if you're interested in this product at all, you can go back earlier in the video and look at the exact tutorial for how to order it. I know people are kind of confused about how to order things on Kickstarter. That's why I included that section in here, because you guys have been asking about that for previous glasses like the Roku glasses, and I want to make sure you actually know how to do it so you don't feel like you have no idea what you're doing. The link for pre-ordering these glasses is in the description. It won't actually charge you until I think, what is it, December 8th or something, and you can cancel any time before. What do you guys actually think? Is it cool? Is it good enough? What are your main concerns? What are your questions? Because I might be able to ask those directly later on. So please let me know everything that you guys think. I'll definitely be paying attention to the comments of this video. And if I can't answer the questions, there's a chance I might be able to ask someone who can. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.